everyone, and thanks for joining me on Akshata's recipes today. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a Goan AMbotik recipe. Now I'm going to be using Mori or shark fish, but you can also use prawns for this recipe. This is super delicious, and the best part about it is that the longer you keep it, the taste even much better. So I hope you like today's recipe, and I hope you give it a try. So without much further ado, let's just jump straight ahead into the recipe. So now we're going to prepare the masala. I'm using 10 Kashmiri dried chilies, 5 cloves of garlic, an inch of ginger. Here I have about 1 tablespoon of tamarind and 1 tablespoon each of coriander, haldi, pepper and cumin powder. Here I have about 1/4 cup of vinegar. Now we're just going to grind all of this using the vinegar to a very fine paste. We're not going to use any water when we're grinding this masala. So once our paste is ready, now we can prepare our AMbotik. Now I'm just using 2 medium-sized shark fish or Mori fish which have been deep skinned and cleaned and cut into these type of pieces. I'm just applying about 2 tablespoons of salt, and we're just going to keep it aside for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then we're going to rinse off all the water once it has marinated for about 15 minutes and clean off all the water. Now we're going to eat about 2 tablespoons of oil in a pan. I'm just going to fry some garlic cloves and ginger and some onion. We're going to fry this till the onion turns a little bit translucent. Now once our onion is nice and translucent, which takes about 2 to 3 minutes, we're just going to add this masala paste that we have ground, and we're going to fry the masala along with our ginger, garlic and onion. Now this is a super simple and very easy recipe. You can also prepare this paste and just keep it in your refrigerator, and whenever you feel like making AMbotik, you can just use it. Then we're just going to add about a cup of water and let the water come to a boil. And then we're going to add our fish and cook it, and we're going to add some salt to taste too. Now we're going to cook this on a low to medium flame till our fish is nice and cooked. It turns from a pinkish color to a white color, and you can also just poke it with a spoon or a fork to just see that it's cooked. So this is our AMbotik. It's all ready. Now today I'm also going to share with you a very quick masala fried prawns. It's super simple and super easy. This is such an it can be used as a starter. You can just have it with dal and rice or sorak and rice or AMbotik and rice. It just goes well with everything. So it's a super simple recipe and a very quick recipe too. Now here I'm just using about 1 cup of prawns which have been deveined, cleansed and washed very well. It's very important that you devein your prawns, because otherwise it could lead to a tummy upset. So that's a very key important factor whenever you're using prawns. Then I'm just going to put about 1 teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to mix it very well. We're going to mix all the prawns well with the salt, or you can just add salt to taste. Then I'm also going to add about 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder or haldi powder. We're going to mix everything well, ensuring that all the prawns have been coated well with this haldi powder. And then we're going to add about 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, or to taste. Now we like our food very spicy, so I've gone with 1 teaspoon, but you can always use 1/4 or just a little bit depending upon how much of spiciness you can tolerate. And then we're just going to keep this aside for some time, and then when we're ready to fry, we're just going to dust it with about 2 tablespoons of rice flour. We're going to mix all of them well, because we want all of them to be coated very well with the rice flour. Now what the rice flour does is it makes it very nice and crispy, and I've also added about 1 teaspoon of fine semolina or rava. That adds a lovely crispy taste to the prawns. Now I've just heated about 2 tablespoons of oil in a frying pan, and we're just going to fry them till they're nice and golden brown on both sides. Now always fry them on a low to medium flame. Never heat up your pan or your oil to a smoky consistency or a smoky, your oil should not be smoking hot. It should be just at the right temperature. And once they're done on one side, you just flip them over and fry them on the other side too. So this is such a simple dish, a very easy dish, and it's really super delicious. You don't have to add a lot of other spices and stuff to this, because then the whole flavor of the prawns just go away. So I hope you like today's 2 recipes, and I hope you give them a try. Do let me know in the comment section below how you like today's recipes. Or you can also call them shark fish croquettes, and they're super simple to make and they taste simply delicious. It goes best, my favorite is to have this with some Mori AMbotik or shark fish AMbotik, which I will be leaving a link down below if I've uploaded that first, or I will be uploading it soon, because I made both these recipes on the same day. So I will be sharing both of these recipes. So this is super simple, and it is even a very good tiffin item, something you can carry with you to work or give it to your kids. And it's even a good starter, so you can even serve it to your guests as a starter. So without much further ado, let's just jump straight ahead in today's recipe. So let's get started with today's recipe. So here I've taken a medium-sized shark fish, which has got cleaned, and I'm just going to immerse it into water and let it come to a boil, and you will see the color change from a pink to a white, and we have to boil this for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then we can just take a fork or a kind of a tong and just check whether the flesh is is soft enough, and that means your fish is ready. So now we just have to let it cool completely to room temperature. Then we're just going to take off the bone. There's just one single bone, and then we're just going to mash it up with a fork. Now I'm just making about 8 croquettes, so depending upon the size, how many croquettes you want, you can use that amount of fish. So now we're just going to transfer this to a bowl, to which we are going to add all our other ingredients. So now to this, after mashing it completely, I'm just going to add about 1 light green chili, which I've chopped finely, along with some shredded ginger, about ½ inch of ginger. Then goes in 1 medium-sized onion chopped finely and some chopped coriander. Then I'm going to add 1 egg. I'm also going to be adding about ½ teaspoon of haldi powder or turmeric. And then of course some salt to taste. Now we're going to mix everything well together, and now just to give it some body, we're going to add some pieces of sliced bread. You can also use pieces of pav. And then we're going to again mix everything very, very well, so that everything gets combined together well, and the flavors of the chili and the ginger and everything gets well mixed together. So just with your fingers, just mash up everything well together. And you have to add as much, the bread has to be added just to give enough body so that you can make a croquet, form a croquet. So if you find that your mixture is a little wet, then just add a little more breadcrumbs and you're set. Now I'm just taking some breadcrumbs and I'm just going to make it into a croquet shape, and I'm just going to roll them into this breadcrumbs and then keep them aside to be shallow fried later. Now if you find that your mixture has become too dry, all you got to do is just add a little bit of beaten egg, and that will make it perfect. So you can always make these ahead of time and store them in your refrigerator and just fry them when required. Don't keep your mixture too long in the refrigerator, maybe a day or two. And now all we have to do is just fry them, shallow fry them, till they're nice and golden brown in color. These are simply delicious, and you can use the same recipe to make other fish croquettes with banga or mackerel, or even with pomfret. Anything which is a little fleshy fish and which you can easily make some croquettes with, and then it becomes nice and golden brown in color like this. You can eat them plain with some ketchup, or you can have it with some sorak and rice, dal and rice. And my favorite combination is always AMbotik rice, these croquettes, and a little bit of pickle at the side.
canción para mi gente. Con una pasión tan fuerte.